Thank you, friends. Especially appreciative that we have members of the press here. This is a most important occasion. It is our opinion that what we're doing today will benefit future generations. Let me thank you also for being willing to endure the heat. Yesterday it was in excess of 100 where I was, 100 degrees, and today I suspect will be no different. But thank you for being here. Friends, as you know, the times are changing. And the good news is that Houston is a part of that change. Houston is facing that change, and we're proud to say Houston is embracing that change. The change of which I speak currently can be seen on this stage. This is the change that is coming over Houston. Look at the diversity that you see here. Let's celebrate this diversity that we have in Houston, Texas. The times are changing, and Houston is embracing the change. Now, if we were holding this press event some 20 years ago, I am likely not to be the person standing here as your congressperson. I'm confident that the mayor of Missouri City would be a different person of a different hue. Probably the commissioners, some of them would be different people of a different hue. Friends, this is not to say that people of a different hue other than my hue, this is not to say that they can't serve and haven't served us well. It is to say that this next generation of leadership can serve us well, and I believe we ought to give them a hand for what they're doing to serve us. Give them a hand, please. They will be properly introduced in just a moment. But let me continue now with the change that is taking place. This change is something that we have to embrace because Houston is still growing. Houston is making great strides and great progress. I'd like to share some information from you from an article styled Examining Houston's Reputation as a Car City. And this information originates with the Greater Houston Community Foundation along with their strategic research partner, Rice University's Kinder Institute for Urban Research. This is important. 58% of Houstonians believe that a much improved mass transit system is vital to the success of the city. I believe it. I believe you believe it. I know Metro believes it. And this is why we ought to give Metro an expression of appreciation for what they're doing to embrace this. Give Metro a hand, please. Sanjay and Tom. And this is according to a 2020 Kinder Houston area survey. But despite this fact, per this news article, despite the fact that 80% of Houstonians drive to work alone in a personal vehicle, and this is in 2019. So despite the fact that we believe that we need more mass transit in Houston, we have about 80% of people driving to work alone. While this is something that we have created because we are growing and we have highways that we're expanding, the federal government has spent a lot of money to help us move around in Houston. But we do have to have multimodal means of getting around Houston, Texas because of its size, getting around in Fort Bend County because of its size, moving in and out of Houston into Missouri City and Stafford because of the size of the geographical area that we have to negotiate and traverse. So as a result, it's necessary for the federal government to do its part. And I'm proud to tell you that I'm here today to present a symbolic check for the $5 million that will be presented to this area for the Missouri City Park and Ride. $5 million from the federal government. And I want you to know that this $5 million is about 7.9% of the 63.27 million, 63 million 63 million 27, let me get this right, 63.27 million that we have brought to the city of Houston in 2022 and 2021 combined. So let's say it again. We have a total in community-funded projects of $63.27 million, and this $5 million is 7.9% of that number. Now let's celebrate, if you would. Thank you. So the times are changing, and the federal government is doing its part to embrace the times. I'm also proud to tell you that we believe that while this is significant, this is not enough. This is simply what we have now, but I want you to know and appreciate that more is on the way. More is on the way. We have to have more to do better. One reason why we need more is because Houstonians, persons from Missouri City, around this area, Fort Bend, Harris County, are losing 74 hours of time in traffic each year. They're stalled in traffic. This amounts to $1,257 per driver that is lost out of their pockets due to traffic congestion. This has got to change. We want people to be able to move not only from point A to B, but also to do it quickly and efficaciously. This is why the federal government is involved. This is why we have this check for $5 million today. And this is why we plan to bring more checks to Houston, Texas, to Fort Bend County, to Harris County, to Missouri City, to Stafford, so that our people can get to work timely, come home quickly, and in this process, not waste money sitting in traffic. This is what we have to do. So at this time, I'm going to ask Tom, let me correct that, Sanjay to come up. Sanjay, I want you to come up first. He is the board chair. Sanjay is evidence of what I said about the times changing. Sanjay was born in India. Born in India. Give him a hand, please. Now, let me tell you why you have given him a hand. You've given him a hand because while born in India, he made his way to Houston as fast as he could. And Sanjay, we'd like to hear from you. Tell us why this project is so important, because Houstonians need to know. Please, welcome Sanjay, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Nice, bright, warm, soon to be warmer and hotter day in Houston. I'm Sanjay Rambutan, Chair of the Metro Board of Directors. I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining us. I couldn't do this without the 4,100 plus strong Metro family, our President and CEO, Tom Lambert, who'll be up here, who's been serving our region for 44 years. 44 years of serving the transit industry in the greater Houston region. And I want to acknowledge my colleagues on the board today, Mayor Fry, Diane Luder, and Mayor Elder. So why are we here today? Today, I believe, is a classic example of together we can do more. A partnership between the federal government, thanks to Congressman Al Green, a regional transit agency, Metro, and the private sector to bring about safe and effective connections and mobility solutions for a growing population in Fort Bend County and Harris County. Thanks to the Congressman's efforts in securing this grant, we will be able to bring about a park and ride in Missouri City, right here, right along the Fort Bend Toll Road, which will bring transit to ongoing development, which is right along the lines of our mission at Metro, transit-oriented development. What do I mean by that? Elsewhere in the region, we're trying to transform big old concrete parking lots into destinations, mixed-use development with housing, access to safe, reliable, frequent transit. And that's what we're going to have right next door to where we're standing. Why is transit-oriented development vital? You heard Congressman talk about the hours lost in folks waiting in congestion. It's important because it can help reduce traffic congestion. It can promote sustainable transportation options, and it provides increased access to jobs, education, healthcare, parks and recreation, you name it. The value of a one-seat, safe, reliable, frequent, accessible transportation option is going to become even more important as our region goes from about 6 million people to 11 million people. You think traffic congestion is bad today? What happens when you add 5 million more folks to the mix? We're going to be looking at bringing urban design concepts, designing communities that prioritize access to transit so that everybody can travel to amenities, shops, restaurants, parks and recreation. It's not like folks get upset getting stuck in congestion when they go to work and they somehow enjoy it when they're recreating. They probably are more upset when you're stuck in congestion trying to get to dinner or to a park or to enjoy the outdoors when it's a little cooler in Houston. Additionally, you heard him right, when you save 74 hours less time stuck in congestion, that reduces greenhouse gas emissions, that increases your productivity, that helps folks spend more time with their loved ones and their family. With this new park and ride, a nurse working at the Texas Medical Center can walk from home and board a bus to work, a single seat ride. A senior citizen who chooses to no longer drive can take public transit to a restaurant to meet his friends or to a community center or get to a medical appointment. A parent has a more affordable transportation option so they can choose to live right next to the park and ride and maybe be a single car household instead of a 2-car household, so they can put the money that they save towards other family priorities. This Missouri City Park and Ride is obviously a great addition to the community. You know, these things don't happen by chance. They happen by design. They happen because of partnerships. And Congressman Green, thank you so much for the partnership and for helping Metro transform this concept into reality. I would be remiss if I do not acknowledge a conversation that we had. Mayor Fry and I were in a room from 5 o'clock to 7:30 in the evening talking to Mayor Ellicott, Councilmember Boney, my leadership Houston buddy, talking about the need for more access to transit right here in Missouri City. And we are so glad through this partnership we are able to bring that concept to fruition. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Congressman Green.
If I missed any elected officials, I want you to come up. We want you to all be a part of this. And I think former mayors ought to come up too. Come on up, former mayors. Come on up. Give them a hand, please. All right. Come on up. We want to give everybody some credit for this. And now we'll hear from Tom. Tom, where are you? All right, Tom Lambert, come on over. Tom, when you think of Metro, you think of Tom. He literally is Mr. Metro because of his tenure and his outstanding service over the years. I'm proud to have been associated with him. We've had some endeavors that we were able to succeed with, some that we're still working on. We never give up. That's the one thing I like about Tom. He stays in the fight. Tom, thank you. Welcome, and let's hear from you as to why this project is going to be of great benefit to our area. Tom Lambert, give him a hand, please.
Thank you, Congressman. I want to, again, as the chairman said, thank you for your leadership and your continuous support of multimodal transportation in this region. So we really want to thank you for your leadership. Mayor, commissioners, representatives, council members, we want to thank you for your continuous support as well. As the chairman said, we're excited about rolling out the partnership with the City of Missouri City and NewQuest Properties. I want to thank them for joining us in this public-private partnership as well, because without them, we wouldn't be doing this partnership. The Missouri City Park and Ride will serve as an anchor in Phase 3 of the Fort Bend Town Center, a transit-oriented development that will include housing, retail, and entertainment venues. The garage will have a capacity of up to 1,750 vehicles, and if you recall, the Texas Transportation Institute says we have an occupancy in single occupant cars about 1.1 person per car. So we're going to take about 2,000 plus cars off the road to improve the travel times, air quality, the opportunity of people spending more time with their family is very important about this project. This park and ride connected to the Missouri City curb-to-curb service, because we can bring people from the curb-to-curb service to this facility, gives suburban commuters another option, saving on fuel, vehicle maintenance, and parking fees, and enhancing the quality of time they get to spend with their families. You know, as the chairman said, instead, they can enjoy a direct ride to the Texas Medical Center with connections to downtown Houston via rail and other central destinations. Just imagine for a moment the convenience of waking up, walking to your local coffee shop, and then hopping on a Wi-Fi connected commuter bus to work. On the way, you can check your emails, you can read, you can take a nap instead of worrying about traffic. And before you know it, you arrive at your destination. So again, on behalf of the Metro staff, and I want to give them recognition. You have a passionate commitment of public servants at Metro are trying to do everything we can collectively do to improve the quality of life in this community and in this region. And I want to give credit to the Metro Board of Directors. They will not give credit to themselves, but we will always give credit to the board that constantly encourages, I said encourage, Mr. Chairman, I didn't say direct, encourages the Metro staff to look at every opportunity we can do in working with all of our regional partners on a local, state, and federal level to maximize the opportunity of returning investments back to our community to improve the quality of life and multimodal options people have in traveling in this very, very fast-growing region. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your leadership, and to the board and Congressman Green, we always appreciate your continuous support of Metro and our community. Thank you, sir.
I do believe we have enough room to bring up the board members, so come on up. All right, let's make sure that everyone's involved. Oh, you're good? I'm good here. You are? Yeah. Okay, well, when we take the picture, I want you to stand next to me. All right. I tell you, I enjoy my job. All right, even when it's hot. Now we will hear from some elected officials representing the city of Missouri City, a very capable, competent, and qualified mayor who was born in India. The times are changing, but he made his way to Houston, Texas, and to Missouri City, Texas, as soon as he could, too. Let's give him a big hand. Mayor Allicat, give him a hand, please.
Well, good morning. Well, I'm just so excited to be here today because as a city of Missouri City, we really don't have anything to do with this except for being on the receiving end of this wonderful facility. So we are excited, but it took us a while to get here. I can tell you from being elected on 2020, myself and Councilmember Boney had the opportunity to work closely with Mayor Frey on several meetings that we had, and it got to a point where Mayor Frey stopped responding to Councilmember Boney. But we enjoy his leadership, him coming out to City Council, always talking about the partnership that we have. So we also have one more elected officials. I know, Congressman, hopefully you're not going to call up here, but we have our Fort Bend County Democratic Chairwoman, Cindy Guignard. Because, you know, I believe in Missouri City, it's together that we excel, and it takes all of us. It takes our congressman, it takes our state representative, Ron Reynolds, it takes Metro, it takes Newquest, it takes everybody to make sure that we have this. And of course, we have our excellent staff who's here today too. So I do want to recognize our city manager, Angel Jones. And we have our deputy city manager, we have Cedric Cole. And we also have our members of our leadership team who's here today. But first and foremost, I'd like to express the gratitude to the stakeholders and Newquest Property for making this happen. On May 25th, the Metro Board unanimously approved a 40-year agreement with Newquest Properties to lease the land and the garage to Newquest to build this property. When it completed, as you heard before, it'll have 1,750 spaces that we will have in this capacity. I do recall when the Kroger Center was built out in 2007 with NewQuest. In 2009, as a new council member, joining a photo op for the first bus to have that park and ride that goes to Med Center today, and it was in it that is still there today, and it took 2023 to have this finally come to fruition. So I want to thank the entire Metro, NewQuest, and Congressman and State Representative and all others for making this happen. So lastly, I'll end it with this. This partnership would not have happened if it wasn't for the NewQuest property, for us sitting down with NewQuest, Steve Alvis and Austin Alvis and Andrew Alvis and Kyle and everybody else that worked together closely with City of Missouri City and then Metro in making it. So as I say it, Missouri City, as councilman,
Missouri City and Fort Bend. I want to thank Metro for its continued vision and expanding its footprint in Fort Bend. This is one of the fastest growing areas, and right here in this district, so many of our constituents will be served by this facility. So I want to commend NewQuest and all of the stakeholders. Congratulations, and I look forward to many of our citizens getting a chance to ride to help reduce congestion and save and help our climate. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, we would like to hear from some person representing Fort Bend County. Commissioner Grady Prestage is here. Give him a hand, please. I believe he's the longest-serving commissioner.
In the history of mankind. Really. Hi, I'm Grady Prestage, and I was not born in India. I was born in Iowa, another foreign country. I'm happy to be here, and as Congressman alluded, I've been here a while. I'm in my 33rd year in county government here as elected official, and I've seen this thing evolve. And I'll say this is a wonderful place. And the puzzle is still not put together. I mean, every now and then we add another piece of this puzzle, and you begin to see the picture when you get enough pieces of the puzzle there. And so I've tried to play a role over those years to be a team player in this whole mosaic that's Fort Bend County. And Fort Bend County is a wonderful place. Now, I think that sign is really nice with just Fort Bend Town Center. But in the interest of cooperation and brotherhood, we will allow Missouri City to be on there inside with a much smaller font than, okay. But anyway, we played a role in what's going on out here, and I'll just point out a few things. The Fort Bend Toll Road, I mean, that was a big project for us, one of the biggest public works projects the county's ever taken on, and we're working feverishly now to extend it across the Brazos River all the way to Spur 10, so it can be a connection from 59, just west of Rosenberg, all the way to the medical center. That would be an amazing tool, an amazing growth tool for Fort Bend County, and it will make this center much busier. Every time the city wants a partnership with the tax increment reinvestment zones, we've been there saying yes all the time. So county has been a serious partner with Missouri City in every effort, every mobility project, Knight Road project, and right now we're working on extending Watts Plantation Road all the way to Highway 6, and that's a county-funded project right now. We're in design right now. I see Lyle Hinkle here, his firm is working on that project, and in our November bond election, and this is a shameless plug, our November bond election, we got a lot of projects that affect this area. So if you're a Fort Bend County resident, and if you are, raise your hand, please. Okay, everybody, see that, raise their hand. That means they're voting for the bond election in November. Please. And we can get stuff done that way. So I'm happy to be here, happy to be a part of this puzzle, and happy to be a part of this program. And because of my longevity, I'm asked for special privilege. Can I go sit down when I finish speaking, please, sir?
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you all.
What a pleasure it is to have all of my colleagues with me. Give them all a hand, please, if you would. And the Metro Board, a bigger hand, please. And it's important to note that this would not happen if not but for the Congress and a president who has made infrastructure a major part of his agenda President Joe Biden. Give the president an expression of appreciation as well, please. Now, I want this to get back to the president, so I want him to know that he got a Texas-sized expression of appreciation because we have to bring more home. So could you give him a Texas-sized expression of appreciation? That's good. Well, that was good, but that was more like Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, Texas-sized expression of appreciation. That's the president. All right. Thank you. I love my job. All right, friends, we're about to present the symbolic check. I know that there are people who want the cash, but it'll come later. So let's do this. We're going to move this podium, and I'll take this microphone. Thank you. Good, very good. Sorry, good job. All right, give him a hand, please. Okay. All right, who will be the recipient of this instrument? I see Metro here. All right, Chairman's going to be with me. Tom? All right, come up, Tom.
Nothing happens at Metro without Tom Lambert.
Is that a directive?
No, that was a suggestion. Tom Jason,
What a world.
come on up.
Come on up.
A lot of heavy lifting that went into making this happen.
All right.
So,
All right. Okay. I think the stage is at capacity now. All right, friends. As your member of Congress, I am exceedingly proud to present to Metro this instrument, a check for $5 million for this park and ride facility. Today we will turn over the soil, we will have the groundbreaking, but this is proof positive that working together can cause great things to happen. The times are changing, and we are changing with the times. Would you please take a, all right, good. All right. We're good. All right, cameras ready?
Everybody good? Thank you. We're good.
All right, thank you, everybody. 3, 2, 1, turn. All right. That was done well. 3, 2, 1, turn. All right. All right. Any more?
We're good, Congressman. Thank you.
That's it.
Great job.
Sir.
All right.